The movie introduces us to David Kessner, a child prodigy who goes on to graduate from MIT at the age of 19, with numerous degrees in mechanical and computer engineering, after which he disappears from the public eye. On his graduation, David was approached by billionaire Simon Castle, founder and CEO of Kestrel Computing. He made David an offer to come work for Workspace 18, which was a secretive program where Castle made intellectual angel investments to genius individuals, allowing them to practice higher-level science, executing development work and incognito design for Castle. With the opportunity to do absolutely whatever he wanted to, David accepted the offer, and for the next decade, he lived a life of seclusion in the high-tech lab, working tirelessly on his inventions. Eventually, he succeeded in creating his ultimate goal, a humanoid robot, completely indistinguishable from a real human being, and named his Adam Kessner. In the next scene, we see a tech reporter named Joy Andrews, who has been allowed exclusive access for a week to interview David and review some cutting-edge technology. When the computer system alerts David of Joy's arrival, he stops his chess game with Adam and welcomes her to the facility. Joy is intrigued by the robotics engineer and his reclusive life, but when she asks if he has achieved something extraordinary, David offers to give her a tour of his secret lab, showing her his work. Joy is impressed by the mechanically engineered skin he has made, which is hard to differentiate from actual human skin. Next, he shows her a femur bone made of titanium, and lastly, the bionic eyes he has been working on. David tells her that her background in robotics is the reason Castle selected her for this series of interviews. Joy does not understand why she'd need a whole week to interview David, since she believes she could write a piece on him in one day. When she voices her query to David, he takes her to another room, where she meets David's assistant programmer, no other than Adam himself. When David leaves the two to talk, Joy assumes that Adam is also a genius like David, even though his social interactions seem a little out of place. Later, Joy asks David why he left her with Adam when he is the one she is supposed to interview. David finally reveals the true nature of Adam, telling Joy that Adam is actually the first perfect humanoid robot made by David. This leaves Joy shocked, and she takes a moment to accept that she just interacted with an AI robot without even detecting it. Impressed by David, who is way ahead of his competitors in his field, Joy returns to interact with Adam and shakes hands with him. Later that night, Adam asks David what he thinks about the reporter. David responds that he thinks she is attractive. When he asks Adam the same question, Adam says that he finds her very attractive, but is concerned that Joy won't like him. David comforts him, stating that Joy's article will tell the world how amazing Adam is. The morning after, David exhibits Adam's intelligence to Joy by playing a game of chess with him. He tells Joy that initially Adam struggled with the game, but now is a great player. However, his expertise does not surpass David, who sacrifices his queen and beats Adam. When David leaves the room, Joy notices that Adam is upset that he lost to David. He analyzes that David could have won the game a couple of moves earlier, yet he chose to prove his superiority by humiliating Adam. Joy feels bad and reaches out with her hand to comfort him, which leaves Adam surprised since he has never experienced affection before. Later that evening, Joy tells David how she finds Adam so human-like, as his behavior and thought process seems so natural. David snobbishly claims that the feature that sets him apart from other robotic engineers is that he instills sophisticated AI in his robots, enabling them to mimic humans as closely as possible. The morning after, Adam tries to make coffee for Joy but ends up making a mess. While he is cleaning up, Joy talks about cybernetic stomachs, which catches David's attention, and he reveals that he is working on robots that can digest food. In the next scene, Adam questions Joy about her failed doctorate in robotics. Joy defends herself by saying that she has created a few successful games and has nothing more to prove. Despite her success, Adam seems convinced that she is wasting her potential, as he believes she could be a great roboticist. The conversation upsets Joy, and she sheds a few tears. Seeing that she is upset, Adam tries to comfort her just like she had earlier, but he squeezes her knee a little too hard and she flinches in pain. Her reaction confuses Adam, so he leaves and later asks David for advice, who tells him to spend more time with Joy. The next day, David surprises Joy in his lab, as he has assembled all the equipment and modules she needs to complete her dissertation. This makes Joy ecstatic, as she finally has a chance to correct her failure a decade ago. While the two bond in the lab, Adam waits for them upstairs alone. A few hours pass by, and Joy finally completes her dissertation. Overjoyed, she embraces David. On the other hand, we see Adam working on a new project. Since he needs to charge himself to function, he is figuring out a way to self-charge while moving, which would make him more independent. Meanwhile, David and Joy spend more time with each other. David shows her the rooftop overlooking the busy city and admits that he does not remember his old life before being recruited by the billionaire. Joy shares the sentiment, as she too lives in the present. They hold hands and Joy rests her head on David's shoulder. On the other hand, Adam is not too happy with David's and Joy's budding closeness. When he is alone in his room, he obsessively looks at Joy's photos. On the 5th day, Adam aggressively beats David in the chess game. When Joy arrives at their residence, she brings along the demo of the sequel of her game as a gift for David. As the two play, Joy suggests inviting Adam to play too, but David does not want extra company in this experience. Later, when she goes to Adam, he is working on a bionic eye. When he gives it to her as a gift, Joy appreciates it and hugs him in return. Later, she confides in David that Adam's emotional range seems to be expanding since he gave her a gift. David dismisses the concept, claiming that Adam is just mimicking human emotions. Unbeknownst to Joy, the seemingly innocent bionic eye is actually a camera that Adam uses to spy on Joy at her apartment, even watching her when she isn't dressed properly. The next day, Adam tries to barge into the restroom when Joy is inside. This makes Joy uncomfortable, so she talks to David about Adam's creepy behavior. When David rebukes Adam for his indecent conduct, Adam claims that he did not know that Joy was inside the bathroom. As tension escalates between Adam and David, the week comes to an end. When Joy comes to visit them on the last day, David tells her that he believes Adam is displaying completely new behavior because he might actually be jealous of their relationship. Regardless, he asks Joy for a dinner date to celebrate their successful week, and later asks Adam to give them space for their evening. Adam's question leaves David shocked as he stingily asks if they'll be having intercourse. As the evening commences, David makes sushi for Joy, and after their dinner, Joy kisses him. As they make out, Adam spies on them from a safe distance. The next morning, David plays chess with a sulking Adam, who appears upset that David does not prioritize work as he did before Joy came into their lives. Just then, Joy walks in on them, coming from David's room. As David leaves to get coffee for her, Adam asks her inappropriate questions about her intimacy with David. This makes Joy uncomfortable, but Adam doesn't stop at that and goes on to tell Joy that there are no secrets between him and David. Then he kisses Joy while she tries to push him away. Seeing this, David reprimands Adam, who has a fit of rage for the first time. This shocks everyone, and even David cannot believe that Adam demonstrated such extreme anger. Adam steps toward them to apologize, but both Joy and David step backward in fear, which makes Adam realize that he has power over them. The couple tries to run out of the apartment, but Adam attacks David, and they both fall to the ground. Just then, Joy smashes Adam's head with a nearby object, knocking him out. This gives her and David the chance to escape through the staircase, but a few moments later, David cries out in agony as he hears a scratching voice in his head. Just then, he falls to the floor unconscious. Before Joy can help him, someone chloroforms her, and she blacks out. In the next scene, Joy wakes up to find an unconscious David on an operating table, with Adam cutting open David's body. Joy cries and begs him to stop hurting the one who created him, but Adam goes on and extracts a pair of plastic tubes from David's body, ultimately throwing it in Joy's lap. Next, he reveals that David is not what Joy thinks he is. As it turns out, Adam is the real David, recruited by the billionaire to work on his AI all these years, whereas David is a robot. The plastic tubes he just retrieved from AI David's body were prostheses he placed inside earlier, so AI David could perform sexually like a normal human being. All this time, the man that Joy came to know and love was a robot. The billionaire specifically chose Joy because she had a background in robotics and was attractive. Her background would enable her to differentiate between AI and humans, while her looks would serve to allure men. The billionaire made the real David switch roles with the AI David to test Joy and see if she would be able to tell the difference between AI and humans, while also testing fake David, the robot, if he can display human-like intelligence and emotions. Throughout the week, the billionaire had been watching them closely through surveillance cameras, satisfied that a person like Joy didn't detect any difference and fell in love with their robot. The billionaire can now prove that AI can pass as humans, as he is trying to score a deal with the government to sell David's creation for surveillance missions. In the next scene, the billionaire congratulates David for his success inside his office, but he is not too happy that he let the AI David out of his apartment. Since the robot needs to be charged to function, it must always be near a wireless connection. This explains why AI David totaled to the floor on the staircase since he was already out of range. Now the fake David has to be restarted, and his memory is wiped out. When real David asks the billionaire what will become of Joy, the billionaire answers that the company Joy works for has been legally restricted from exposing them, so there is nothing to worry about. And all he cares about is the money he will get when the deal comes through. This leaves the real David feeling sorry for Joy, who was just used as a part of their experiment. As he scrolls through his phone gallery, he comes across a photo of Joy and realizes he has feelings for her. He gets upset that his creation will be exploited for evil purposes, and he looks at the billionaire with disdain, implying that he will not let the billionaire have his way. In the end, Joy takes a pregnancy test and finds out she's pregnant. Since fake David was a robot, this could only mean that real David inserted his semen inside the prostheses, which he then placed inside AI David's body. With that, the movie ends. Thanks for watching Uncanny. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you next time. Welcome, sci-fi fans. Futurist Flicks is thrilled to launch our exclusive membership program, designed for loyal fans like you. By joining, you'll unlock early access to recap videos, unseen recap videos, raffle prizes, free merch giveaways, exclusive content and behind-the-scenes insights, access to community events, live streams, and Q&A sessions. Join the Cosmic Crew today and get instant access to exclusive perks. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more intergalactic adventures.